I'm not in my normal abode here, but let me put your mind at ease. It's not because I've been kidnapped, and you can tell that's the truth based on the decor here. It very clearly belongs to an elderly woman, and no octogenarian's getting the best of me. So I haven't been abducted. I'm actually in Texas doing a bunch of wild and wacky shit, and I'm sure you can also tell that my voice sounds a little odd, and it's not because it's filled with phlegm, it's actually filled with freedom, partner. Texas, you just drown in that shit over here. I went to a Cavender's and got a cowboy hat. Even got this one that makes it look like I'm part of the Amish Mafia. It's been a crazy trip. But that's not the point of today's video. This morning, my wet dream was interrupted by thousands of messages from so many people. It was like I was getting a fucking Amber Alert, all telling me some incredibly important news. They were sounding the air raid siren, and the story I'm about to tell you is probably the biggest of the year, much bigger than Elon Musk buying Twitter. That's child's play compared to this. Compared to what I'm about to tell you, Elon Musk buying Twitter is like getting news that a kid opened a lemonade stand outside their elementary school. It's meaningless. James Corden has confirmed that he will be leaving the Late Late Show. And it's not like a prank. It's true. He's finally leaving that fucking god-awful show. And we can only pray that this is a domino effect, one of many things that he will be leaving, so that way we don't have to endure more from James Corden. This proves that there is a God out there, and if not a God, some kind of higher being that's looking out for us. This is without a shadow of a doubt the biggest news of the year. I don't care if you're the biggest coomer on the planet who lost their mind and their nut when Belle Delphine came back out of nowhere. This is much bigger than that. This is a day that will be remembered for eons to come. The day where the James Corden pariah, the plague, was finally starting to lift a bit, and we were able to see the light at the end of the tunnel. James Corden finally leaving the god-awful Late Late Show. Amen, brother. Ye fucking haw. I was so excited when I saw this. I just looked at what the camera angle looks like. It actually seems as if I've been taken hostage by terrorists. And you know what? For a while, I was taken hostage by a terrorist known as James Corden, and we've finally been set free. I know it looks like I'm in a dreamlike state right now because the camera for some reason keeps getting blurry when the sun goes out a little bit stronger, like fucking high noon out here in Texas, really like EMP's technology it seems. But yeah, James Corden is a Category 5 hurricane of misery. He's like if Ellen DeGeneres did a fusion dance with the most annoying theater kid from your high school and created the world's worst thespian, and then found Reddit. It's like he was genetically engineered over the course of millions of years of fine-tuned evolution to be the most unentertaining person imaginable. He's been ruining movies and TV shows for almost a decade now, and I say that kind of lightly because it's not like he's the one ruining the movies. He's just in the shittiest movies and is the shittiest part about the movies, like Cats, for example, where he plays, I think it's the fat cat or something, and all he does is like wiggle his belly and go, hey, ho, 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 ho. You know? The classic James Corden comedy. But yeah, I don't like him. Never have. I made that very clear. He even took down one of my videos I made about him, so we've got a grudge. If I was ever to box someone in like a YouTuber boxing match, it wouldn't be James Corden. He would beat my ass. But I would at least consider it longer than I would for anyone else. Listening or watching anything from James Corden is about as entertaining as watching your house burn down in front of you, and then also finding out your dogs were still inside. It's painful. I don't like him. Never have. I'm not really a fan. And it is so relieving to see him not be on the Late Late Show anymore. Not like I'm going to watch the show now that he's not there or anything. I don't like late night shows. I think the only good ones were Conan and Craig Ferguson. Other than that, I don't really touch that shit. It's not for me. But this whole thing reminds me of a very profound profound saying that I actually read in Twitch chat last night. While I was watching a video on a Call of Duty gamer rage so hard they got kicked out of their collegiate esports program, someone dropped a nugget of wisdom. This is probably the second coming of Socrates, in fact. They said, the same water that softens the potato boils the egg. And that's got a lot of layers to it. There's really a lot from that expression that you can digest and take from. I don't even really know what it means. But my God, does that just sound incredible. That really could have been a quote attributed to someone like Aristotle or even Da Vinci. Like, it made me stop and think, like, that is a great point. The water that softens that potato is boiling an egg. And if I was to really start to pick apart the meaning behind the statement, like for an English class here, I would have to say it means that things react differently to things. So this is something that extends everywhere, right? The same toilet that catches the pee eats the poop. the same egg that You get what I'm saying. They say the shitted pants can never be unshat, but with James Corden finally getting off of the Late Late Show, we're taking a step in the right direction to unshitting those trousers, thank God. I pray that this is just the beginning and he fully retires very soon. And while I'm just sitting here candidly talking to you by fireside, I'd like to also talk about Elon Musk buying Twitter. I don't have a whole lot to say about it. I think it's fucking crazy that he actually did it. It's a wild universe we're living in here. But I don't think anything's going to like drastically change. I don't think there's a whole lot he can do to make it better, nor do I think there's a whole lot he can do to make it worse. So I'm really super indifferent on it. I just think it's absolutely crazy that he successfully bought that fucking thing. That's like spending $48 billion on a hemorrhoid. I don't know why he'd bother, but I mean the man is terminally addicted to it, so I guess this was just one of those things where he has so much money, why not own the thing that is consuming half of his fucking life at this point? So yeah, that's why I haven't like said too much about it, just because I don't have a lot to say about it. I just think it's going to be a pretty negligible impact on the site as a whole. It's still going to be a cesspool. Maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe he's going to do something crazy with it and make it great, or he's going to make it worse. I couldn't tell you. I just don't really see what anyone could do to change it that much. So yeah, I just wanted to put that out there as well since I was talking about James Corden. And just incredible news all around. Today's a great day. And hopefully now with this knowledge, you can go out there and have a fucking fantastic day of your own, knowing that the world's a little bit brighter now that James Corden's got one less show that he's in. That's about it. See ya.